journey in the Swiss stage, and then they went 3-0. And of course, there's always teams that happens too, and they were able to do it. So if there's any team that can bounce back and they can perform when their backs are against the wall, Elevate can do just that. So let's see what Pato could do with that Raw Champion charge.
Yes, and both teams have performed quite solid in their upper bracket match. For Elevate, it was just the unfortunate luck of the draw with facing HTM, and they were just incredible. And then DIZI with their 1-star. Otherwise, they look pretty solid, to be honest. So if they can get rid of that, they are looking both good for this matchup. And the favorite strategy for sure for Elevate was the Water Charge Rocket Loons, which they're now changing up right now into the Royal Champion Charge with the Root Rider and Minion Prince follow-up in this matchup. The Queen right now is taking a lot of damage, but she's surviving for now with her equipment, and the Root Riders are getting pushed behind the Town Hall.
Yeah, continuing this push straight to the Town Hall, making his way into the Monolith with that Warden ability, protecting all of these troops. Giga Bomb goes off, as we do have the Overgrowth now being placed to the bottom side, and that Rage spell was deployed from the defensive side. So, with the Overgrowth, going to stop it from coming back, but it's basically essentially pausing that as he continues to have another Rage and Freeze to continue through this, and even with that Minion Prince ability, which is now forced because this is fighting against the defending Minion Prince.
Yeah, now the Pants have to block some damage of the Multi-Inferno Towers, while the main push is still going strong from the top side. So far, the Royal Champion is still alive. He's trying to enforce her with the ability. There goes the Hog Rider Puppet with the Freeze and Rage together. This is looking quite nice. The Minion Prince with the Phoenix together can clear out the back end. And this looks like the first 3-star for Team Elevate. Really great attack, setting up this classic pathing of from the flank into the center. This is such a common approach overall, as well Legends, and he was able to execute that to perfection with controlling his troops. In this time, the time should be enough for sure. And there are so many giants from this new siege machine.
Wow, look at this. Continuing right on through, taking down Mask's base and delivering a 3-star to start here in the lower bracket. The pressure now is going to come to DIZI. Can they respond? We've
not guaranteed, and at least a higher percentage 2-star would be really appreciated. But Darkstar instead is leading the charge in this match, and it seems to be like a fireball right onto the Rage Tower behind the Town Hall. If that fireball connects, Carbon, that looks pretty insane, not gonna lie.
Ooh. That is a lot of value right there. I remember with these types of, well, I was gonna say the Warden stays on his own, but then I saw Root Riders. Typically, the Warden only stays on his own when it's Rocket, so it's a different type of attack. Remember, the Invis spell does not last as long as it used to last here, so you're gonna have to get the timing down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, boom, and Earthquakes. Bam! The fireball arrow combination secures the Town Hall.
What was that? That fireball took down half the base already. That was just some crazy value right there. Royal Champion now with the siege barracks on the far right side. He's not opting into the new siege machine. Instead, he's going with those additional P.E.K.K.A. and the Wizard's funnel on the outside. The Minion Prince with the healers, with the Root Riders into the core of the base, while the Royal Champion is further on the outside. And the Queen, because he had to utilize that giant arrow, is more with the main push of those Root Riders. And this so far looks amazing, Carbon.
Yeah, with that Royal Champ continuing to the bottom, P.E.K.K.As are there, still has her ability. A few Velks drops them, a Super Minion is coming out, delayed from the Siege Barracks, continuing moving his way around with these Root Riders, trying to path into this multi-archer tower. Now that Royal Champ ability will come in clutch. Pairs in that freeze onto the enemy Queen, I believe it is, as it continues with the Super Minion shots. Moving right on in, air defense will go down quick. Minion Prince comes back alive to pull some traps. And there is the Royal Champion ability and the Hogs.
Wow.
Wow.
That fireball was just crazy, and he was able to follow this up really nicely. Both of the attacks so far of Darkstar today really showcased the power of the fireball, and he was able to follow them up both times around with those Root Riders. And those attacks look just so good in the hands of the pros, but if you've ever tried it, it's not as easy, especially getting those invisibility spells in time, and the timing's perfect. You know, like a Royal Champion charge, and it seems to be, yes, indeed, it is back to the Warden charges. 2 Earthquakes, which means he's not going for like the town or anything. Instead, he is going in for something which is most likely not a merged cannon, or is he maybe actually still going for the town hall, but instead just trying to take down, yeah, I guess the raid tower behind the town hall.
Oh!
Ooh, that is never good.
Nope. That is not good. With a fireball right off to the outside, even investing a rage to try to keep that warden from burning the ability. He wanted to probably hit that rage spell tower, so it could have taken out the Spitter, the Expo, Clan Castle, Multi, all of that value, and then continue to walk the warden towards the town hall to help secure that. But now he's going to have to adapt on the fly because the warden is not even going for the town hall at this point.
Yeah, and I feel like the warden at the same time is still important to keep alive because this is going to provide the percentage as well with those healers together, like non-stop damage output, and this means in the end hopefully then the percentages which he needs to get across the second, but as well then the 90%, 80%. We will see how far we can make this. But so far he's trying to get that second star with the town hall and then the 50% with his warden, which is struggling right now a little bit versus that defending queen.
Yeah, with the push continuing to try to make his way in, the warden is now dealing with the enemy queen. Does have to pair in that freeze just in time, but the warden stops going for her and decides to go in for... Oh, never mind. He was like, all right, let me go finish that queen off there. Does indeed take her down because the enemy queen, or his own, I believe, queen was taken out. But unfortunately, the warden won't survive much longer. He goes down as this is going to be a lower percent too. Achilles, I broke down his attack in the last ward. He did get that triple, but unfortunately, the warden taking too much damage on the outside, causing the fireball to go off early, and this one goes down.
Yeah, those defenses are, I mean, especially those heavy hitting defenses like the merged cannon, for example. You can never underestimate the damage output of those. It is really, really crazy. But on this one, it's going to be a 77% seems like. He's going to finish on that, which he's for sure not happy about. But let's see if DIZI can use Rockstar preferring the fireball. On this one seems to be the fireball yet again. At least the 2 earthquakes are seeming like that. But it seems like that he's trying to set this up.
Your base?
Wait a second. Is Elevate really running my base again? And this... Nah, I mean, at this point, people know how to 3-stars, right? Like, they're running this round for a month.
How long did it take you to build this base?
It was one of my first round 70 bases. I mean, there was no hard mode really at this, like it is right now, around, so I don't know. It's, yeah, like, so I didn't build it with like, oh yeah, let's just bully some pros with the base and make it, I think what's called the unbreakable base already at some point and everything. So no, that was not my intention back then. But let's see if it's going to defend here for Elevate. But the fireball already looks quite solid, and the flame flinger on the bottom side looks solid as well. And I think at this point, maybe teams prepared versus the base, since Elevate we're running it for already so long now. So the surprise factor is gone at some point.
Well, we're pushing the queen off to the right. Flame Flinger opens up because of the ground expo locking onto it. Has super minis coming out. Queen's going to move through with the Root Riders, Velks, healers. And we do have that recalled Royal Champion to come in later. Healers being deployed on the Queen's super minions, unfortunately, are going down. So the Flame Flinger didn't get enough value is the question here.
Yeah, the Flame Flinger did go down quite early. He has the recall, which we can use for the queen and everything if he wants to. No, wait, the recall to get the Royal Champion back into the action. But I think the queen is kind of stuck now on the wall, right? So she can't really join the main push, and she's stealing the healers, so the healers can't really transition onto the Root Riders. I'm not sure if this is looking good. Don't tell me this base is defending again.
Oh my, it might just, I think so. No healers on the Root Riders means the Root Riders are all gone. Oh man, these healers, the walls just causing so many issues Remember, the meta of having open compartments, that's all gone, it seems like, because these closed compartments are making it a nightmare to charge your queen in. And these Root Riders, they've disappeared. And Itsu, why did you make this space? Why in the world would you have made it? You know?
I mean, right now it feels like back to Tunnel 16. Like, it was not impressive to flex with your offense, and now it's not impressive to flex with your defense anymore. At this point, I don't even know if I should be happy that it's defending that good, because, hey, it's hard mode, right? So, like, it's, I don't know, it's a little bit weird, but either way, it seems like even after all of this time, the base is still defending for Elevate, and yeah, I guess maybe it's turning around the match.
I guess my real question is, did they run this base multiple times? Get ready. You know, I can't, like, normally I would go and, like, secretly check to see the other base of Elevate. Wait, did they run it? Did they run it? I would be checking right now, but I'm not in the clan, so...
We try to predict your opponents. And now it is, well, back to Elevate to take advantage of this defense, which they have just received. And their choice is going to go in with the Royal Champion charge. And I believe... Did we see earlier a similar approach versus one of those bases and it was heavily baited? I guess we will see.
Well, with that blimp raged up right into this compartment with two multi-archer towers, they will go down nicely to the Yetis and those Yeti mice. Royal Champ continues her charge right on in. The Wizard Tower is solo off to the left. It will be standing there. Maybe drop a little baby dragon over there to try to clear it. But this RC is charging away straight into the middle to go to the Ricochet cannon and then eventually path their way towards that monolith.
Yeah, and I just love those approaches where you're investing like the blimp and the king to really control the Royal Champion, because let's be honest, the electric boots right now are the by far strongest equipment in the game. And one of those charges, like with 11 invisibility spells, or even it was more in this one with another rage, is just giving you the best chance of 3-starring, one of the best chances of 3-starring, if the defender is not utilizing like rage towers where a fireball would get another value. But take a look at the value overall. I mean, he even gets another multi-archer tower. This is just absurd at this point. And now from the top side with the dragons going in from the back of the fire spitter as well. Really nice job so far.
With no multi-archer towers remaining, really the biggest threat is this bottom side where some Teslas have popped, the multi and the poison spell remain. But these dragons are going to just work together to the top side. They split across. Does have that minion prince ability to use, and there's the balloons off to the far left where the wizard tower was. So he was able to clear that. And now trying to push these ice golems out to the corner. So he drops an archer to the bottom to move them out of the way. And now it's about these dragons coming together from the top side. But the split, I feel like now it's allowing these defenses to take these dragons down one by one. And to think and imagine that an attack can fall short after the value you get from a Royal Champion there. That's just crazy because, I mean, there's still a handful of stuff remaining with 50 seconds left. The multi is really the biggest threat since these Ricochet cannons can't do anything there.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem for him was really the timing as well of this poison tower around the minion prince, because the poison tower slowed down. It was like 4, maybe even 5 dragons, and this means the dragons were not able to quick enough attack the minion prince. And that minion prince, like sometimes I would love to have that we have the feature in Clash of Clans where we could see after an attack what specific defense, or maybe even only the top 3 defensive tools did how much damage, because I think this minion prince was single-handedly winning him this defense with the poison tower slowdown effect. That was just crazy how much damage output that minion prince on defense just did to really save the defense on this one.
That would actually be a really cool idea. I love that, like a little post report of
dragons bring dragon riders, especially if you have taken down so many of those heavy hitting defenses. Having those dragon riders being able to ignore the outside buildings, it's way easier to funnel them. So that might be an option in the attack which you have just watched. But going back to this one, we have, well, a rocket loon attack, but it seems like he's starting things off with the Royal Champion. Did he use the wrong hero, or what just happened?
I saw the Eternal Tome on that Warden. Yeah, I saw the Warden at Fireball and the Eternal Tome together. So my guess is you can't drop a Fireball to the outside or early because you won't have an Eternal Tome to protect. So let's see what he does. And I'm really curious what Cynthi's going to try to pull off here.
So he's trying to do the rocket loons into fireball. Typically, we see it the other way around. Like, we have the warden charge into then rocket loons. So he's like flipping the order of everything. But let's see how effective this is. I think overall it has for sure success options. And as well, how is he going to then utilize the Eternal Tome ability? Is he going to combine that maybe with the minion prince and send him into all of the damage? Or does he have different plans? Either way, we know Cynthia is a mastermind when it comes to those creative approaches. And there we go. Now we see, yep, there's the... Maybe he was just scared of traps with the Eternal Tome. I'm not really sure why the Eternal Tome there.
Yeah.
But
I was initially thinking... Well... I was initially thinking he was going to go over Eternal Tome because he was also going to send rocket loons at the same time that the Warden was going to pop ability to protect them, but not the case there. We're going to see that his own minion prince with the Angry Jelly charge into the Queen and try to take her down and move through with 13 rocket loons still yet to be deployed.
Yeah, rocket loons are now coming in from the far right side. The minion prince getting some more value, but it's about to go down. The air defense, though, is going to be taken care of. The super minions are in there as well. But the question is, can he overpower this rage tower area? I feel like this rage tower area is looking really, really heavy. It just seems like there's a bit too much damage overall. It was a really solid approach. But I feel like with this fireball, the value he has gotten, maybe some other follow-up, I'm not really sure. The recalled Royal Champion felt quite expensive, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, that Warden was not able to stay alive much longer after the fireball was used, and does send in that baby dragon to finish out the minion prince to try to get a bit more percentage, because you want to have that percentage lead going into the final set of attacks, as this is now the third attack coming in for DIZI. Elevate's already done 3, which means that DIZI will have that final attack in this match, as baby dragon continuing to grab the storage. And it's going to approach into the high 80s here. So just the 2-star for Cynthia and that compartment with that defensive rage spell tower. It's nasty.
What team can actually pull off the next 3-star in this one? And Elevate is up next with the rocket loons, with the Warden fireball charge on this one. But starting things off first with the flame flinger to set that up. And now he has to be careful because we have seen this now a couple of times, where the Warden was surprised by all of the damage. The minion prince is losing most of the hit points, but this means at least, well, he's hopefully not able to do as much damage.
With the baby dragon onto the wizard tower to help take that down, the Warden can take out the defensive minion prince if he steps up into this area, while the flame flinger is trying to set up the funnel or grab some value to the top side. There is the invis, just in case, so he doesn't lose that Warden. We do have that ground expo that now will switch off to his Warden as he sends in a rocket loon out in front. That's right.
Right now, like in between the fire spitters, kinda. And the healers are now in range of the fire spitters as well. This is not looking good for him whatsoever. The Warden went the wrong way, I feel like. I'm not sure. This is not looking like how he planned it, and if the tower's not going down, this is looking rough.
Oof. The healers taking a lot of damage from that town hall. He does secure the town hall, but the Warden will not last any longer now. While the flame flinger tries to get a little bit more value to the top side, Queen and King coming together straight to the bottom side, wall breaking into that compartment with 13 rocket loons left. The flame flinger opens, Yeti gets launched, tries to continue to take out the enemy hero up top as he now pushes his way through defensive rage and a lot of damage in this compartment.
There's a lot of damage indeed with this rage tower, and the scatter shot is just so deadly. The spiky ball is going off. We have the King being able to tank with the Phoenix a little bit. Queen has to be careful with the ability. There she goes, spawning those healers, spawning those clones. But there's just so much damage on his heroes, and the Royal Champion trying to recover at least a couple of more percentages.
Yeah, with the RC ability going off, 7 more rocket loons to send in from the top side to help pick off those defenses, trying to get the percentage. Continues his way through with no more spells left. 2 rocket loons and a regular balloon into the wizard tower. RC is going down, and it's just the 2-star. They had a 2-building lead, but now if DIZI gets 2 more percentage, then, well, no, 2 to tie, and then 2 more, so 4 more percent above this attack here, then they will help take that lead. So, Bernal, nice try there, but it's only looking to be an 84% 2-star here for Elevate, so it's still anyone's match. Final day of the playoffs here of this World's warm-up, as Mask is coming in with the Super Witches, but no Fireball to start, with 5 invisibility spells, probably for that. Oh, Warden starts. Okay, Warden's going to charge his way through, but hopefully he realizes that there's no Fireball, because there's no Earthquake, so he should realize that, right?
Well, let's hope for the best, and let's hope that he's just aiming for a quick funnel down here with his Warden, and then entering into maybe the town or something. We will see and find out in just a couple of seconds as he's keep moving forward. In 5 seconds, the Angry Jelly is going to run out, and this means the Warden is not moving as much forward anymore, then turning the Warden invisible, now luring over the Warden as the Angry Jelly effect is gone. Because remember, during the Angry Jelly effect, which turns our hero into like an only defense targeting hero, the Warden cannot be lured over from any troops. And the Super Witches right now, I think, are going to go the wrong side. Yep, this is looking rough.
Uh-oh. Got a couple Super Witches not only walking, but it makes it worse because the healers are on those Super Witches. So he pairs in the Invis to try to reroute the Super Witches back to the core, because he really needs those healers to come back and transfer off.
Yep, that was a really nice reaction there with those invisibility spells, but the question is if it was enough, because obviously those spells now can miss on the back end. He has 1 poison, which he needs to use really soon, because there's defending witches right now. They're spawning skeletons everywhere, so that is a problem. The Warden of General Blitz did not really catch as many, or actually the witches were in there, so that's fine. The Royal Gem is getting added as well with the skeleton spell. He's trying to distract those defenses and the defending queen. But there's so much standing, and the healers are gone as well.
Yeah, no healers in the core. Everything is gone. Super Witches are dead. Royal Champions did burn her ability there with a Rocket Spear. Yeti's up top trying to continue to get some value, followed with the Queen, but she pulls double giant bombs, freezes that bottom side to try to continue to grab percent. If we're looking at the percent on the right side of our screen, we have the 7 stars going to get pushed to 9 to tie up this match, but a lower percent now edges the match even more to Elevate. So the gap is now wider, but it's not impossible. It's just a handful of percent of what DIZI will have to get for the final attack, because the final attacker that's going to come in from DIZI is going to be Fluxy. And Fluxy, unfortunately, did get that 1 star in their last match. So can Fluxy turn around? Well, the final attacker for Elevate is going to be Seleno. He's definitely capable. He's done it many times of 3-starring, especially in hard mode. It is not easy, but he's done it. But now the pressure is going to come down to the final 2 attackers.
Like them, but it was too heavy of an investment. Now the thing is, can Elevate show in this match somehow the comeback potential? Because this match was like going in between the 2 teams back and forth, and we have the Flame Flinger set up in the beginning, and the next one is going to be the Warden charge, again with the Rocket Loons. As we said earlier, this is the favorite strategy of Elevate, and they are really, really good with this one.
Oh, uses the Invis spell on his own Warden right away so he doesn't get targeted, so he can help take that area down. I see, but the Clan Castle is still up in the core next to that Monolith. But I'm noticing they're going with the Owl on this Warden. Probably want to try to pull any traps out in front of these healers. But he pairs in the Headhunter. Fortunately doesn't survive, but the Mini Prince has been secured, while the Flame Flinger is going for the Ricochet Cannon and this Multi-Arch Tower next.
Yeah, the Warden slowly making its way around. We have the head defense going down, and eventually it has to go, I guess, towards the core. But for that, he needs to invest a couple of Rocket Loons to push the Warden further into the core, like under the Wizard Tower and stuff. But right now, it seems like he's not really doing that, so I'm wondering what exactly the plan is here. because so far he has not really invested any of the rocket units.
Yeah, Warden under the rage goes invis again to stay alive. Superman's do barely just take out that multi-archer tower, but the Queen and King are paired to the top side, pushing into the defending Royal Champion. King's Earthquake Boots open the walls. Queen ability goes off. This continues through, but what is for the Town Hall here for Seleno? This cannot be a 1-star, right? There's no way. He got rocket loons to snipe the Town Hall just in case.
And yes, the Royal Champion so far still left to deploy, but
oh, that's right.
This is going to come down to the last minute, because this is exactly what has just started. The last 60 seconds of this attack, and there is still so many troops, spells, and everything to deploy. I mean, yes, there is pretty much only the core left at this point, but that core is really heavily stacked with 2 fire spitters. We have as well the monolith around there, so there's a lot of defenses. And right now, oh no, is the Warden following the rocket dunes? I don't think so. The Town Hall should go down with that. Oh, wait a second. With the fire spitter, he angled it a little bit. The chops, not even close.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
there goes the rage to take down the monolith, but I think he should have this carbon.
What? Look at this. He stays calm and he moves through, drops the rocket. Oh, the poison spell is a little annoying. 15 seconds. It makes the King invisible so that they don't go for it, and continues to try to clean it up, but the storage might be too much. No, the clan castle remains. Don't tell me it's going to be at 99. 4, 3, 2, 1. And the Skellies provide the distraction, and Seleno gets a...
Royal Champion charge with the recall, it seems like. The strategy which a lot of the pros right now like to play, but we don't have the haste vial. The reason why pros like to run the Hawk Rider puppet with this army composition is because you have this extra safety of the Hawk Rider puppet moving into the later stages of the attack. If the Royal Champion is getting targeted somehow by any defense, you have this option of turning a Royal Champ invisible with the ability, and that is obviously like a massive thing. As well, this base is the base which just mask failed, so with the super witches, so they're running the bases multiple times. This is something which Elevate did obviously a lot of times in the past. He got the funnel done. Let's make sure that the troops are now pathing into the town hall and not around the town hall.
With the Root Riders down, balloons as well, healers to heal them up. But that Royal Champion did lose her Spare Fox, so she will no longer go invisible at any point. Valkyrie's being deployed, taking out the defensive King. Royal Champion redeployed and pushing into this Town Hall. Don't have to burn... Oh, I was going to say, don't have to necessarily burn that ability right when the Town Hall explodes, because he can wait a little bit, but the Giga Bomb doesn't get activated and triggered through the War Internal Tome. I believe it does there, but the Overgrowth off to the left as he tries to path his way into the core, and these healers need to stay alive.
Remember, the last time we had the red mine farm inside the core, and that's exactly where it's located yet again. This time, though, a couple of the red mines were tanked by the minion prince, which should keep them alive if there is not a poison tower or like a multi-inferno tower or anything onto those healers, and this would be massive for him moving forward. The minion prince does lose the pant ability, or the pants ability, which means takes now a lot of damage again. The top left side died out. The bottom side is about to go down, and you can see Flaxy shaking his head. Those rage towers are just so deadly, and if you cannot take them out with the Royal Champion charge or with the fireball, it is rough. It is really rough to push through all of them.
Unfortunate there for Fluxy, not able to get this one, meaning that Elevate will be victorious in the end, and all it took was 11 stars. Granted, DIZI will also be at 11 stars, tying it up because they both have the triple, but that tiebreaker being percentage. Elevate coming away with a 1 3-star, coming away with a 98, a 77, an 84, and a 95% on their side, while the lowest attack was unfortunately from Mask on DIZI, and that was a 68%. The lower bracket advancing and keeping their hopes alive.
And again, Elevate with the same base multiple times, and somehow it works out again. I mean, those were the defenses versus the one base with the 68 and 76% 2-star. So really solid percentage for that base for the defense.